Of course. I'll be drawing. Okay. Full mill.
Oh, okay. Well, hello. No, I said you don't have to show me because I'm just doing level corrections on people's art for the coloring book. And if people thought color corrections was boring, trust me, this is the most tedious thing you can do.
Well, can you just coming in and out? Or Topher? Can you, what am I sounding like?
Yes, a much anticipated one. Hey, Rick, you don't mind if I take away stray marks that were clearly supposed to be erased pencil lines, right? Who, me? Actually, no, you didn't. As soon as we jumped into the pre-stream, you started telling me about the announcement that you're waiting for people to show up for. Fine. I think I told you anyway. I spent a lot of the early day all those pages that I color corrected. So the first 3 chapters of Exodomous Chaos is now mirrored on Webtoons. Yeah, it's already gotten some views. I would be able to go all the way to date because chapters 4 and 5 are already in the right colors, but a Hymn of Valor episode 1 happens before that, and I still need to color correct those pages.
I mentioned also almost in. Metal talk.
Can they not hear you at all? Here, let me look.
I really have to talk loud to. Loud. Hello, Elric.
Oh yeah, you're like really quiet. Like I can hear you. Oh yeah.
What about now? Can people hear me now?
Yeah, I heard you a little bit, but it's like you're super low on the stream.
Elric says, I thought I heard Cross say my name. People hearing me now?
Rick is in another state right now.
Yeah, I heard that. I turned up the gain. It was really low. Our country, not well, so well, forget the 10 fact or whatever.
Yeah, but I'm assuming then that means nobody actually really heard what you said.
Yeah.
So let me reiterate:
I can't hear
his
too
money
good,
is on the
Colorado.
way.
I'm switching over to hear what people are hearing on YouTube. Rick, you don't have a good enough. I tried talking into the toilet.
Yeah, they can only hear me.
Okay,
I can
I'm
still hear you in the meetup just fine.
How am I sounding?
Trying to figure out.
Trying to
So
hear
your
myself.
filters are in OBS, right?
Oh, yeah, that. Yeah. Hmm. Filter. Noise gate. How about now? Can you guys hear me now? All right. Uh, what
I
about
mean, I
now?
heard you on my stream, but you're still just like really
Hello.
quiet.
Yeah, I think I. Nope, still super quiet. Not much better, but at least you don't sound like a whisper.
Marsupial thinks I have to repeat everything you say. I have to dictate your stream for you.
Okay, what about now?
Oh, does that mean I have to repeat like any really bad or racist accent you try to do?
It sounds a little bit louder, at least on my end.
I'm gonna blame Evan.
And I am listening to. You have to repeat the laughing too, says Marsupial.
Oh, I just got the notification for Elric's picture that he was talking about in the chat.
Okay, how am I sounding? I'm just taking these filters off one by one. Hello. Hashtag blame Evan.
I mean, we can increase the decibel output above 0 on OBS, but quality might
Yeah,
suffer even more if
yeah.
you do that.
I just did to see what it sounds like. Oh, it says Evan is a good mummy, but a bad daddy.
Oh yeah. Doing that actually that actually solved the problem.
Yeah, I took away all but the noise filtering.
Oh, see, maybe it thought that you were
Although,
noise, so it was trying to get rid of you.
you know, Shinobi's here. It says, yo, Rick. Okay, so it looks like we're all right for now. But we, oh, okay, I gotta switch off the sound there. Okay. And I got the sound back on the main thing. So, as I was saying before all that, really, really good news, everybody. By the end of next week, I will for sure have the money in my bank account for fulfilling the Canadian Shield #1. So by the end of next week, I will be starting to get everything fulfilled. Or, like having the comics printed up and all that sort of stuff.
That means everybody needs to dab in the chat in celebration.
So hopefully,
Let's get some dabs.
So that means within the next month to a month and a half, everybody should be getting their copy of the Canadian Shield.
Yeah, I could tell you were excited by the way you greeted me when I jumped into the call.
Yeah. Yeah, now comes the scary part. Not that it all hasn't been scary, but it's getting it all printed and then sending it out. Man, when I get the delivery, people are going to have to expect in the next couple of weeks, next 3 weeks, I'd say, probably a intermittent live stream that's not going to be. It's just going to as soon as the stuff comes in, I'm going live and doing an live open box. Alric says, Meta, let me know if I need to retake the picture for the second drawing.
Yeah, I already responded to him. It's fine. The lines are dark enough compared to the paper that I can adjust the levels without losing the line art.
So. So even probably even before I get the actual book in, I'll have the trading cards. So they will. I'll probably wait till my later Cross Comics After Dark to show those off. I'll probably wait to unbox them live on Cross Comics After Dark when I get those. Those I should have by the end, I think, of, if not by the end of next week, depending on when I get the money next week, by the end of the week after. Eric says cool. It's also super hot right now, and I don't have AC, so I kind of try not to get overheated. Yeah, I get ya, Eric. So if you guys didn't notice, in honor of this information, I am coloring the Canadian Shield. Uh, oh, and that's what I gotta do too. I gotta figure out. I gotta get John to send me that little bit of artwork that we're gonna raffle off or whatever. Give out.
To some degree, you got to kind of feel sorry for John because he's been doing a lot of work for this.
Yeah, yeah. You know, and he shouldn't have to. Well, some of it he's volunteered for. Some sort of got volunteered
Yeah.
for.
Dude, this is why
Uh,
it does kind of suck that John has like the reputation that he does because he's actually like a really nice person.
yeah,
He just comes off as being worse than he is.
yeah. He just tells it like he sees it usually. He has very little tact.
Which is actually the thing I appreciate about him most.
Yeah, but hey, it takes some getting used to or whatever to some people. But once you do, you get to the heart of the man. My mom putting out those links. Albert says Dylan is a good guy. Yeah.
Yes. Yes, he is. And we won't let anybody say otherwise.
Nope, not even him.
I'm also going to abuse my mod privilege by putting my Webtoon link in the chat.
I, I don't consider it abusing your privilege.
Shh, it makes me feel better.
You want to say you're abusing it?
Yes.
So, me actually giving you blessing? Me actually giving you the blessing to do it doesn't make you feel good?
Oh, yeah.
Okay.
Well, it's like, this is why I never told my dad that he used to sneak out to fight back in high school. Because I knew my mom would be upset about it. But if I told my dad, he would be proud. It's like, no, I don't want his blessing.
Travis says, check your privilege. I got no privilege. Unless it's underprivileged.
I have the privilege of.
You got the privilege of what?
I said of co-hosting your show.
Oh.
Because you give me that privilege to be on here.
Yeah.
It is granted.
My mom says, yes, John has done a lot for Rick. Fan you, John. I think she's meant to say thank you, John. If he's
Yeah, he probably won't see that, though.
Oh, yeah, he's at the San Diego Zoo today, isn't he?
Well, I wasn't going to say where he was in case he didn't want people knowing where him and his family were, but I was just going to say he's AFK.
I thought he said live on stream yesterday.
I don't remember if he said that while we were still on the stream or if it was in the hangout afterwards.
Oops. Sorry, John. It's not like anybody's going to rush down there in this.
It's probably late anyway. Wouldn't they be on their way back? It's like, what, 7:30?
Yeah. I'm going to do it.
And this is what I'm used to doing for every single page that I work on.
What's that?
Clean up these like straight lines.
Yeah, I hate doing that type of cleanup.
Yeah, because it's like no matter how well you think you erased it, and this is why it benefits to have like a light table and work on 2 separate sheets, the scanner's still going to pick it up. The problem is we've made our scanners too good.
So, of course, I will be keeping everybody up, letting everybody know updates. Obviously, let everybody know when the money is actually in my account next week. And I've got another $33 coming from them. I might actually shut down the in-demand.
At some point you should, so you know how much you have to fulfill.
Yeah. Well, I'm going to get a few extra copies anyways. But... And if I have one extra copy to send out every so often, but it's not like the money's rolling in.
Yeah.
On it. Howard says, I hope my pages don't need too much cleaning up. Probably with this,
They probably will.
I was going to say, probably with the way. Yeah, but his will probably need a different type of cleaning up than mine. With mine,
Well, some of the same. Because remember, your paper comes up cream when you scan it, so I had to adjust the levels.
yeah.
I'm gonna have to adjust the levels on his too. It's all pure black and white now. I fixed that. I'm actually almost done with your pages.
My pages?
I started with yours.
Because there's the most of them, right?
Yeah, I figured I'd just knock them out.
Work says, my pad is overheating. Gonna let it cool. Hopefully, I'll be back before the stream ends. And if not, congrats on getting the money across. Thank you, thank you, thank you.
And thank you, John, for adding these border images. Because, like you said, a couple of the images, I think two of yours in particular, there just isn't a whole lot going on. So I can use like those spider webs to kind of like frame it.
Yeah. Which is good. I don't mind. I know. Knew that was probably going to happen.
And then I have to add some font. Even the ones that are signed, I'm still going to put people's tags on there. Just so everything's consistent.
Yeah.
And I will still copy and paste your signature onto all of them.
Yeah.
That are yours.
So I don't know too much about it, but anybody know about the whole DC flopping or whatever that's been going on in the chat or on the panel? Not that there's many people on the panel.
Are you talking about all the firing and stuff?
Yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's because, especially during this pandemic, none of this stuff is bringing the company any money, so they have to make a lot of cuts.
Yeah.
As DC, it's Warner, right? Warner Media is making the cuts, so they came in, they cut a lot of people from DC, the comic side especially, but also people from like toys, multimedia entertainment like TV and movies and stuff. They just canned a lot of people company wide.
Yeah.
And they're probably going to be moving to Crunchyroll and Rooster Teeth afterwards as well.
Crunchy Teeth and Rooster.
No, Rooster Teeth and Crunchyroll.
What
Crunchyroll is an anime streaming service that is owned by Warner. And Rooster Teeth is was an internet startup known for Red versus Blue, but has grown into just an online animation company. Most popular now for the series RWBY, spelled RWBY.
Uh-huh. I drew a character from that series a while back.
They also technically own a bunch of subsidiaries, including Death Battle.
Cool. I guess. Cool.
Though they already had a mass layoff, so they probably won't be hit too hard. That happened like last year at the end of the year, or was it the beginning of this year? It was sad. One of my buddies got canned from Rooster Teeth.
Sorry to hear that.
Yeah, but hopefully he'll be on to better things. I really feel like that place was holding him back.
So hopefully maybe once a week or whatever we can get John on doing maybe what he did last night. That was pretty good, I think.
Yeah, and you got a lot done.
Cause Comics After Dark. Thumbnailing with John.
You know what the best part about all these assets being just line art?
What?
If I need to add like your signature to a page or one of these border templates, all I have to do is copy, paste it, turn the layer to multiply, and leave it where it needs to be.
Yeah. Makes it easy. You know what? Let's see whether we can. Okay. Make this black.
You know what the worst part about it being like political season?
What?
I keep getting all these like emails that are basically spam from every single political candidate trying to get me to vote for their side. Like, please leave me alone.
Unfortunately, they're doing it to everybody. They don't know who's doing what, and especially certain sides really grasping. I'd say.
Well, I bet they would leave me alone quick if they found out I wasn't eligible to vote this year.
Oh, trust me, they wouldn't leave you alone. They'd find. Uh, if it was a certain side, I think they'd be trying to figure a way out for you to vote as long as you'd vote for them. But I doubt that would be the side that you'd be voting for.
Oh, if we're thinking of the same side, no, not at all.
You mean not at all, as in you would be voting for that side?
No, I would not be voting for that side.
The crazy side.
Well, like, you'd even have to see or consider how crazy they've gotten that I would even consider voting. Because last election, I just chose to sit out.
Uh,
Because at least last election, everybody was kind of like equally crazy, but the balance has been tipped like way too far now.
Travis says they just write his name on a ballot without his approval. Well, I don't think you actually have your names on your ballots down there.
Well, they got something associated with you. Even if it's just like a voter ID number.
Yeah. They'd check you in as having come and voted, and then they'd vote you for them. I think it's not as crazy as it could be, but
No,
for
it could be crazier, but the big difference between last time is last time, even though there were still some of those people in the party, it wasn't outright pushing Marxist ideas. But now that side has been completely taken over and is pushing outright like communist and Marxist ideas, which is insane and unhealthy.
yeah. What I mean is with this whole COVID thing, it actually I think has got crazy down a little bit from that side. How they'd be acting, the stories you'd be hearing. We're still getting a bunch of wacky stories, obviously.
Well, I actually think it's worse. It's just the media's been covering up double time.
Oh, yeah, that could be too. I like how we're speaking in code speak. Everybody out there knows what the heck we're talking about. But
Oh, well, you started. I was just playing along.
okay. Yeah, I don't know why I did that. Okay, I gotta put it together as a PDF now. Oh, I gotta get my last page together too. It's just gonna probably be all my social media. Gonna be it's gonna be busy, but not busy. I don't think it's gonna take a long time to do the few things I gotta do.
Oh, for sure.
Convert everything into PNGs or JPEGs or both. Send them off to Peter.
Does your printing company have a preference?
I think so. I'm not sure.
Because I know when I print, so it'll vary from company to company, but they want me to have them in TIF format.
Oh, they probably have a format. I'll get George to do it. Let's see. Download a print file template. How to set up. Info for file setup. How to supply your print files. You can supply your print files in any way that suits you, as single pages, spreads, individual files for each page, or a single combined file. Yeah, well, my mom's saying our federal conservative party is electing a new leader. There'll probably be an election here as well. Well, probably not right away. Mom, probably a good 6 months down the road. Trudeau's got to do a couple more dumb things to.
Now, when does it get decided when you run an election like that? There's no like set time like ours, right? Or
what do you mean?
Because I know you form a government based on when you get seats in, right?
Yeah. Well, see, what my mom means is right now we have a minority government,
Yeah.
and she's assuming that as soon as the conservatives elect a new leader for their party because of them losing last time, they get a new leader automatically, and they've been, there's been people campaigning to be the leader of it, and so the people that are part of the party were gonna elect a leader in the next couple months,
Okay.
and then shortly after that, so he'll be the leader of the quote unquote opposition, but depending on what Trudeau does, the government can fall apart or something to that effect because it's a minority government. And we'd end up going to the election
Okay.
early. Dillerton in the chat says, yo, 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 what's up, fam? I'm taking a smoke break. We slept in, so we're still not in San Diego. I'm on the side of the freeway.
Wait, you're still not in San Diego? It's, what is it, like practically 8 o'clock there?
Yeah, maybe they're gonna go tomorrow to the zoo.
Maybe they're staying in the city. I know he mentioned that might be a possibility.
So yeah, John, I'm not sure whether you got my DM back, but I did get the money and I've started transferring it into my account.
Okay, that makes sense. Yeah, he said they're getting a hotel.
Because what's the name of it? Doesn't have PayPal. Doesn't use PayPal. Mixum, from what I could tell, and so I'll end up putting the money in my Scotiabank account to get that stuff. It's no biggie. I can my Scotiabank's a Visa too at the same time, so. But it just goes by whatever's in my account, so.
Yeah.
I'll put the money in my account. I'll figure out the basic amount. Probably put a couple extra bucks in my account.
He says that he's over by Elric. He's going to go throw some eggs at his house.
He was in here earlier, but his
I would say take some pictures, but we don't want you to dox where Elric lives.
Or what he looks like.
Well, I mean, you don't have to take a picture of him. I was just saying of the house, but that's still pretty bad anyway.
His wife gave him the okay. They are starter bros, medium grade A, double A's. Did you get those from work, John?
Well, it would have been a while ago, wouldn't it? That'd be some pretty bad eggs by now.
Wait, he's not still working for the egg place?
No. It was the first campfire stream.
Oh, okay. I did not realize that he wasn't working for the egg place.
Yeah. Like that's how long ago that first campfire stream that we did was the day after they were cutting people.
Oh, well, sorry to hear that. Hope he got another job. He called me a dummy.
Well, I just hope he and his family have fun at the zoo.
Yeah.
It sounds like a good time. Okay, see ya, John.
Okay, later, John.
You know what the cool part about the zoo is?
What?
You get to see animals that would otherwise just outright kill you without having to worry about dying.
Yeah. Eagles in the chat. Dylan says, do some thumbnail layouts with metal. I'll watch and criticize.
Man, he must be high if he thinks I'm going to do that.
I guess I could just do them, but technically I've done stuff like that too on stream. Although real big paper.
Besides, does he want me to get these pages formatted or what? Well, actually, he came in late, so he doesn't know that I'm sitting here formatting all the pages right now.
Well, he could have been listening all this time, We don't know about that.
Oh, yeah, like John would just be lurking there without letting his presence be known.
Oh, I'm sure he would. Especially if he was driving.
He would have told his wife to, like, here, let them know I'm in the chat.
That's very possible. Or she would have been in the chat.
Oh, okay, I've got a conspiracy here, right? That I think that there's someone at the EU, like some agent or something, that's assigned to monitor me. And the reason I believe that is because every time I put up a new page on my website, I always get one view that is marked from the European Union, right?
Okay.
Without fail, always. And now that I've started the podcast back up, almost every time we put up a new one, I get a single view from Brussels, Belgium, which is where the EU is centered.
Okay. Let's see. Elric says, I'm back! Hello, Dillard. Well, Dillard's left, Elric, because he's driving. Raggedy says, now you're an art stream again. I'm so confused. This is, whatchamacallit? YouTube. I don't switch between. It's Twitch that I switch between.
Well, you do switch on Mondays.
Yeah, well, it's an art stream, though.
Kinda. It's a promo stream.
Yeah, promo for art. Or art for promo, something like that.
Oh, and your mom asked if they have a safari type zoo near them. I think that was probably directed towards Dillard.
Yeah.
And they do. But I believe the wildlife park is closed right now. Because we were talking to Dillard. And I think he said he's just going to the normal San Diego Zoo.
Yeah. We have one near us called the African Lion Safari. And when it's open and people can go to it, they just have they have open areas for the animals to roam and all that. They're in cages, but super big cages. You'd like drive your car through. Elric says yes, they do. Hey, Elric, watch out. Dillard might be coming to egg your house.
He did say that earlier while you weren't in the chat, if you scroll up. He specifically said, I'm over here by Elric Hyuga. I'm going to throw some eggs at his house. My wife gave me the okay. They are Stater Bros medium grade AA.
Just thought I'd give you some warning since you actually came into the chat. Or says, what'd I do? And my dog will bark at him. You think he'll care about a dog barking at him?
If anything, that's worse for you because then you have to hear the dog barking. So, getting egged isn't the worst if you clean it up fast. If it's still there by sunrise, on the other hand, then it becomes nasty. Because the sun starts to cook that already coagulated egg streaking on the side of your house.
And as for what you did, I have no idea. I just thought I'd tell you.
I have some mild experience with egging people's houses.
So you're the one that did it.
Yeah, you don't want to do it while they're still awake, right? And usually it's these people who decide they're going to give you an apple for Halloween or something like that, right? You want to wait till they're asleep. You circle back around. Usually just before dawn is a good time to do it. And then you want to make sure that you egg them on a side of the house that faces the sun. Now, if you want to do something while people are still awake, that's when you get a paper bag and find like a really fresh dog turd. And I think most people know where you're going with that.
You nasty people. We do not, here at Cross Comics, we do not endorse these things.
Yes, if you want an endorsement for that, please come over to X Dynamis Chaos, where we literally have chaos in the name.
Raggedy says, we used to fork yard plastic forks in the ground and break them off, so you had to dig them out.
Oh, there's all kinds of fun pranks like that you can do with plastic forks and sporks and stuff.
Fun for who?
Actually, I don't even know if it's fun for anyone because it's a lot of work to set those pranks up. Satisfying, maybe. That might be a better term. In fact, I think that's a better term than fun for any good prank is satisfying because the best pranks take a lot of effort to set up. Either that or a decent amount of money. One of my friends, just to really like egg it into somebody, right? Like really just drive it in. After he beat, or was it? I don't think he was the one who beat it, but after one of our other friends lost pretty bad and was getting salty online, he literally like Amazon mailed him a 10-pound like bag of salt to his office where he worked. It's pretty funny.
If you got the money, I guess.
Yeah, just to blow on something stupid like that.
Howard's laughing out loud.
You know, people should be glad I'm poor because I do a lot of crafty, stupid stuff on no resources. Imagine what I'd be doing to people if I had resources.
You know what? So I think that's what I am. I think I am going to do that. I think I'll say that right here now. Anybody who has yet to get the Canadian Shield has another week to do it. I'm going to shut down the In Demand next week, next Friday night.
Well, I mean, to be honest, shouldn't you've already shut it down?
Yeah, I probably should have, but I was hoping for a lot more business, but didn't quite get
Yeah.
that.
Well, I'm just thinking like at this point, to get any additional money, wouldn't they have to disperse it to John again?
Yeah, right now it's $33, so American. So I'll see how much it costs to. I'll get him to send. Those papers to me, and depending on how much it is, I'll either reimburse them from the money I already have, or I just say keep the money that's coming to you from Indiegogo in a week or so. Or it says, my family used to do little pranks on each other, like ambush each other with silly string.
Those don't sound like fun pranks.
Oh, they probably were for them. But, so uh, I probably can do more, but there is Canadian Shield done. I should save that. Howard says he liked them.
No, you want to know what's a fun prank, and it was on me. So, I'm gonna be the butt of the joke here. One time, because we had connected line, all the water lines in this house were connected, so you couldn't like run laundry and take a shower at the same time if you wanted to use hot water for both. And I was fine with that because I don't normally wash my clothes in hot water unless I've got like some nice dress clothes and that's the only thing in the load. So I'm running my laundry, put it in cold water, and I run over. I'm going to take a hot shower at the same time. My brother Joey, being the turd that he was, runs over to the laundry while I'm in the shower and switches it over to hot as it's just getting started. So halfway through my shower, there is no hot water and I'm like freezing cold, but I've already shampooed, so I need to finish the shower anyway.
Ooh.
And I run out, and because I was running a cold load, I decided to mix my colors together because there wouldn't be a problem. And all of my white shirts in that load had then become pink,
Ooh.
which is fine. Pink's my favorite color, but if you have a white shirt, you usually prefer to stay white.
Howard says that's terrible water piping.
It is very terrible water piping, but that's what happens when you're in low income housing.
So most people wouldn't have saw this last night because nobody would have saw this last night except for maybe me and Metal. Here is a version of Nancy Brown, or AKA Chrissy North, or Snowdrift, before she's forgotten the ice. But she'll basically look like this after the ice too. It doesn't do anything to her physical features.
Contrary to what John thought.
Yeah. Although I look at this and I see a lot of a Gwen Stacy type feel.
Yeah, I could see that, especially because like her hair is pulled back with a band,
Yeah.
which Gwen did a lot.
Even in the face, or maybe it's just because of that band being back that it makes it look that way. Um, Elric, she doesn't have a. That's no joke without the costume. She's hot. Keep the mask off. She doesn't have a mask.
Good.
I think he's more thinking of, well, probably to Ozona. She has a metal mask, and as well as Electide has a half mask, 3/4 mask. You know, obscuring the top half of her head, mainly. Something similar to Batman.
So is her hair always blue, or does it like turn blue when she goes super, or what?
Well, she's gonna have in her everyday life short hair. That's gonna be a wig. The blue hair.
Oh, okay. Well, how's it stay on?
I don't know exactly
Is
because
it magic? Is it a magic wig?
I did think of, at one point, she turning her hair blue, through changing, but then I went away from that because I even at one time I had her, having her whole skin turn blue too. Howard says she has blue hair, danger hair. Yes, but she has long blue hair.
That's like the same color as her outfit.
Yeah,
Well, at least part of her outfit. There's a few different blues.
Yeah.
Yeah, I actually have her page up too. In the modern day, she gets a job as a waitress, or are you changing that?
Um, I'm not gonna change it at first. Although it's because, well, she would be so far behind in the sciences, possibly.
Yeah, but if you're inclined, and her brain would still be young, right? We're
Yeah.
saying she was.
Yeah.
It wouldn't
Yeah.
be hard for her to catch up.
Yeah. She would probably be late 20s, maybe early 30s. Probably late 20s.
Yeah, like it would take some study, but if she was already like an expert in her
Yeah.
field
Yeah.
and science is specialized, it wouldn't be that hard for her to catch up on what breakthroughs have been made since then.
Yeah. Well, I have some other things, although I'm probably going to rework them for part of it that I don't want to say too much at the moment.
Okay.
At least on air. I know, like I said, I've written like 8 scripts of hers, so I have certain things that are going to happen. There's one thing I like, but I want to do one thing with her. I'm trying to be vague. Maybe I'll tell you off air.
Yeah.
Eric says, keep it crossed. The male feminist will.
Well, I see that her current residence, when she comes back, right, is actually in a city of Canada that I know quite a bit more about than others because I have like a group of 3 or 4 friends that live in Edmonton.
Well, that's cool.
In fact, one of the guys works on the power lines and always made jokes that he was a pole dancer. So he actually went and started learning pole dancing just to kind of like stick to the bit.
Yeah, and she will have lived in Montreal back in the like 40s and all that, or 40s and 30s while growing up. So she's gonna know some French.
Oh, okay. I was about to ask, does that actually make her a French Canadian? Like she has that French ancestry and grew up in that culture?
Yeah, but yeah, I think it would have been a lot different back in like the 20s and 30s, early teens, or like 1915 or whatever. She was probably born around like 1915 or something. So she was in college during the Second World War. Which is where when she
Yeah.
received her stuff. And I don't want to say too much more. I want some things to be revealed in the script. Ulrich says, give her a boyfriend, a really buff one like JoJo. But I think laugh out loud. And as madly as Jonathan Joestar. Oh, trust me, the boyfriend is already in the works for her. All that.
Yeah. Well, see, I'm gonna unintentionally or intentionally spoil some things if it does or doesn't, just because I'm reading things off of her bio page. So you may have already spoiled some stuff.
Yeah.
But so it says she's estranged from her husband Peter. I'm assuming that was her husband from when she was young before being frozen. So
Yeah.
is he still alive? And does she meet like old him?
Maybe, maybe not. Well, I think that's almost a yes, but I mean, I'm going to give the circumstances at this point.
You don't have to give the circumstances. That sounds like a fun event to experience as a reader.
Yeah. I don't want to say too much about it. Technically, I'm not even. I've written the script. I'm not sure whether I don't think it's up on Cross Comics yet. Well, on the Cross Comics thing, page, Facebook page. So.
Oh, that's right. I'm in that group. I could go through and look at your scripts.
Yeah. Although I don't think I've got her 8 scripts on there. I just think I got the first one on there, maybe the second one. But I've got 6 of the Canadian Shield on there. So, definitely, something, I gotta get, and I gotta get them all typed up again, a lot of them, because they're not, or make sure they're all typed up. And I gotta start probably writing scripts too, gotta get
Actually,
on.
full scripts and not just synopsises of stuff.
Oh, like if you probably, I think the Canadian Shield number 3, number 4, I think 3 and beyond, if not 4 and beyond. I'm writing them, so there's very little synopsises. I do a lot more thing. If I remember right. There's some stuff that I wrote, some stuff my friends wrote, that I was trying to get in, trying to get anybody I could in to get this dream fulfilled,
Yeah.
And
Man, I could have been looking at this yesterday while we were doing stuff.
What are you looking? You're looking at her bio yesterday, or
At the Snowdrift number 1, yeah.
There, I'm not sure whether probably in that one that you're reading, There's one scene that's not in it. I do a scene from the Canadian Shield #1, but a little bit more from their perspective. You see a couple extra panels after they pass by the Canadian Shield.
All I know is you got way too many pages that say panels 1 through 6, and then it's just a caption.
Yeah. I think at one point,
Which is fine when you're the one who's going to draw it, but if somebody else ends up drawing it, then you kind of need to flesh it out more.
Yeah. Well, I figured I was always going to be working with either I was going to be drawing it or I'd be working fairly close with whoever was doing it. You know what I mean? So.
No, I know what you mean, but you want to be able to send them off with a single page and let them work on it while you're doing something else, and then you can consult each other. You don't want to have to be holding the person's hand the entire time.
Yeah. Well, like I said, that was one somebody else wrote. Like I said, if you probably read number 3, Insecto #1 or Insecto #1 for sure. I'm pretty sure I wrote completely. So you see a different. I think you'd see a different writing style.
Hold up, I closed it. I'm gonna have to jump back.
I'm not even sure what I'm doing. I've been stuck on that. Maybe I should color this in.
I don't know, there might be another writing voice in here, but because everything's formatted the same and it's in Facebook's really bad version of formatting, it's really hard to tell. If I looked at it as a proper document, it would probably be easier to make out.
Yeah. Well, you don't see all the panels 1 through whatever.
Well, there's a couple of them where it'll be not as much, but be panel 1 and 2 or panel 3 through 4. So it's not 1 through 6, but realistically, you'd still want to flesh it out some more.
Yeah. It's been a while since I've looked at them, so I think the more and more I wrote, the more I did flush things out.
Yeah. Okay, Elric, I'm going to help you out here, right? If you need to cool off, what you need to do is you need to take a rag, make it real damp, and wring it out. Just make sure it's damp, not soaking wet. Put it in the freezer
Can you
for like 10 to 20
pick
minutes.
different colors of
Take
the
it back out and let it sit on the back of your neck.
Snowdrift?
You'll
What do you
cool
mean?
off real
Like
fast.
the leggings, the only color I see is white.
What are you talking about?
In
Snowdrift.
In the Teespring stuff.
Oh. You probably should be able to. I might have to change that.
I like them, but I don't want white.
Yeah.
Never the blue.
No, blue is not good.
Okay,
Because-
because she's too much blue.
Yeah. Anyways, later.
Yeah.
Later.
I knew that.
Alex says, I'm still here just listening, trying not to go crazy from the heat. Cross, it looks like you put a potato sack like roast Tico, but unlike roast Tico, Snowdrift looks hot. Well, I was thinking.
Isn't that like a parka?
Yeah, exactly. So it's almost like a potato sack. They're big and very. I was gonna go blue, but I just wanted to go something slightly different.
Oh, well, see, Ice Climbers taught me that girls wear pink parkas.
I don't think about using the freezer for that. Thank you, Metal.
Oh, yeah, I do that all the time on hot days. Like, especially if I know I'm going to be outside for a long time, I'll go and get the rag and like start it, like preemptively put it in the freezer. So when I come in, it's already ready and I can put it on the back of my neck.
Okay, there. We'll give her a pink scarf around her neck.
Oh, okay. Yeah, because in Ice Climbers, Popo wears the blue parka and Nana wears the pink one.
And we'll give her a yellow shirt for underneath. Eagle says, watch Dolores and Associates and gives a link. That is all.
Oh, so what merch was your mom talking about that only came in white?
Off my Teespring, they have leggings, Cross Comics, or Snowdrift on leggings.
Oh, okay.
A picture of Snowdrift on leggings. Apparently, it's only coming on white. So I don't. I'll have to look into it after and maybe do some changing. I don't know. She
Oh, well, I'm in there and it lets me select from any color for the most part.
Okay, then she's doing something wrong, of course.
Yeah.
Per the course.
You even get it in black.
Hey, Mallet.
I just wanted to double check to make sure there wasn't anything up with your site, with your Teespring.
Be nice to your mama. I am.
Unless there could be a thing because I'm just checking on the colors, right? They might tell you it's not available in said color if you try to add it to your cart. I haven't tried doing that.
Yeah.
But that's also because, like, I'm a dude and I don't wear leggings.
Eagle says Elric will be mid-run and turn me into a whale. Or she will make you go live with the Dillards. Be nice to your mom, or she'll go make you live with the Dillards.
Oh, Mal says, oh, I bet you do. Man, listen, I don't wear tight pants. You can't even get me in jeans. Okay? I wear slacks all the time, like gi pants and scrubs. I need things that are loose and flexible.
Elric says, I don't like whales, but I will turn you into a kraken because they're cooler. Colors. Just to match your shirt.
Is this thing that Eagle's talking about, is this like a flash animation?
I have no idea what it is.
Eagle, explain yourself. All I'm seeing is a playlist with knights and stuff. It says it's a great fantasy comedy. Well, the great part, which is your opinion, and I'm going to use that as your review. That's helpful, but I'm seeing the word fantasy comedy and stuff like that in this description. But I'm not going to click on it like any episode while we're live. And it says it's animated, but like, what's the quality of the animation? Are we talking like Beavis and Butthead level, Newgrounds expert level, Newgrounds amateur level? Like, what are we going here? John Dillard level?
Do you still got her bio up in the window?
What'd you say?
I said, do you still got her bio up in that window or whatever? Or
Yes, I do.
what color are her eyes?
You have it labeled as gray.
Okay.
Dude, not many things are as good as the SpongeBob anime in like internet animation level. I'm not expecting anybody's animation to be that good, and it also doesn't turn me off of things because I'll watch like a Newgrounds. Okay, I'm just curious.
You just like to know before you actually hit the play button.
Yeah, apparently this playlist or all the videos in it has been viewed something like 17 million times.
Oh wow.
I've never heard of the series before. But that's the internet for you. It's very easy for something to have been viewed millions of times and you still never heard of it because there's just that much stuff on the internet.
Yeah.
Like recently, I had to explain to somebody who Filthy Frank was. And I'm sure you don't even know who Filthy Frank is, but he was a very popular thing from 2014 to 2017. So it's like, even from my perspective, I understand people just don't know everything that's on the internet.
Yeah, you can't. Unless you're God, you can't.
Actually, one of my favorite internet things I wish more people would watch. It's very, very underrated. And that's a skateboard cop.
Okay.
I'm gonna have to send you skateboard cop. You only have to promise me that you'll watch the first episode. They're pretty short each, but there's 10. And it's probably my absolute favorite thing to have ever been on the internet. And it's like criminally underviewed.
Okay. So, there we go. There's Nancy Young in college or something like that. Or just out of college. Or just about to go on her mission. Seeing as
She kind of reminds me of like an Arctic version of Jane from Tarzan.
an Arctic version?
Yes, because of the parka.
Okay.
So like instead of and also being better prepared, because I don't know why you would wear a heavy dress like that to a jungle. But instead of like being prepared to go to a jungle, she's like going on an Arctic exposition or something like that.
Well, unfortunately, that's just what those people did back then. They wore especially the women. You know, they just didn't. They didn't. Nobody thought ahead of time for them or themselves.
Well, like I could understand wearing like a loose, light dress, like something thin, because at least it would still protect your skin from the sun. But man, all those layers, and
Yeah.
probably it looked like she had a corset on underneath too. The way the top was packed,
Yeah.
like ooh,
Elric says that's why she's hot, because she kind of looks like Jane from the movie. Eagle says there's 50 episodes of Dolores and Associates.
I see that. When I scroll to the bottom, it goes to 50. The Wonder Bridge. Yeah, I'll probably check it out. I mean, they're all really short, so any individual episode is a minimal investment.
Yeah, you check it out, see whether you like it, for 3 or 4 episodes. Worst thing that happens is you've wasted 20 minutes of your time or something like that.
Yeah, which I do all the time watching anime, but that's a single episode investment there.
Eric says, I looked it up. The thumbnail got my attention. Thank you, Eagle. I will also check it out. There, maybe I'll open in a new tab. Just make sure nothing starts on me. Okay, yeah, nothing's going to start. I hate it when things start.
I could actually turn auto start off with my browser because Brave gives you that option.
Yeah.
And I probably should, but I just like I turned it on because on YouTube, when you click on something, most of the time, if you're just binging, you want it to auto start. And then I forget to turn it back off again.
Cross, have you seen the SpongeBob anime yet? No, I don't think so. It's
No, you have to pronounce it SpongeBob.
SpongeBob!
Yes, exactly like that.
It is full-blown Japanese, but an English dub is on its way. Okay.
You can find it on YouTube. What was his name? Was it like Narlock or something? I forget the name of the guy who did it. I watched it on Newgrounds because that's the place to watch animation, but it is 100% the same no matter what platform you watch it on.
There we go.
Armac, that's his name. I was close. I was a syllable off. I might watch it again. It was really good. The Bubble Bass arc. SpongeBob.
Good job, Carson. You sounded kind of like the Bubble Bass when you said it. I have no idea who the Bubble Bass is.
Oh, he was a, I guess you could say antagonist from an episode of SpongeBob, where SpongeBob was, he's a good fry cook, and then this food reviewer, Bubble Bass, comes in, and he orders a Krabby Patty, and SpongeBob has a breakdown because somehow he forgot the pickles, but SpongeBob never forgets the pickles. And, he goes through like this whole Rocky style retraining session, comes back and does it again, and he still forgets the pickles. But then while Bubble Bass is laughing, he notices something, grabs his tongue and pulls it out, and both sets of the pickles are still sitting on the bottom of his tongue, as well as somebody's car keys. He was deceiving him. He never forgot the pickles at all. So in the anime, there he becomes the villain. He was hired by Plankton to steal the secret formula.
Oh, it sounds like very bad man, yes.
The link I dropped in the chat is to the episode. And it was actually like what was it, 2 weeks after? No, not 2 weeks. 2 days after it went up, it was taken down. And I think it went up like the same day again. They fought the claim. But like all the assets, other than the fact that they are Nickelodeon characters, are original. They're all original voice assets. The animations were original. All the music was composed for the animation. And a copyright strike hit it and got it taken down.
So it's basically a fan film.
Yeah. That 100% falls in parody laws, which is why it was put back up within the same day.
Yeah.
No, Andy got a community guideline strike because think of the children. Man, that's always like the funniest thing. Because anytime that somebody tries to use that as an excuse, I just think of The Simpsons, where she'll be like, "Oh, will somebody think of the children?" before like fainting.
Yeah.
It's like it's the worst excuse for anything. Because anytime that you have to say, "Will somebody think of the children?" then the real thing should be like, okay, well, why aren't the parents watching their children if they have a problem with it?
Yeah. And then, you know, if it's not for kids, right, it shouldn't be coming up, so.
Yeah. Well, that's a problem with their guidelines too, right? Because part of the statute typically shows that anything that's animated automatically is child friendly, even if it's not.
That's just so stupid it's not funny because there's so many adult cartoons out there, for lack of a better way of putting it. You know?
Yeah.
Cartoons meant for adults, you know, because of language or whatever.
Say mature cartoons.
Yeah.
Instead of adult. Because when you add adult, people automatically think of something else.
Yeah.
Or in many ways, we could say immature cartoons. That might be a better way of putting it. Which I'm not going to complain. I love my immature cartoons. Especially South Park. I know it's not for everyone, but I love that show.
Albert says same. Rick says he really likes Bob's Burgers. Oh yeah. So good, yeah.
Bob's alright. You got a lot of funny episodes.
So not bad. Did a good coloring of this and coloring of something else. Oh, the Canadian Shield. So not too bad for a night. And tomorrow I gotta do a, well, it's not that gonna be hard, conversion. Bring them all up and then save. It's the monotony of it.
Oh yeah. Trust me, I know monotony. I just basically recolored 54 pages last night.
Hopefully tomorrow I'll get all that done. I gotta get all the prep work done for next week, this weekend. Howard says, I've been watching a lot of South Park and their episodes still resonate today. Laugh out loud, they really know what they are doing.
Yeah. A lot of South Park stuff seems kind of predictive. That's because they seem predictive because nothing really changes. So whatever they were complaining about at that time is still like valid now.
Stretch the screen. I'll probably do it. So it is the time again, Metal. You want to
What?
promote? You want to promote yourself?
Oh yeah, that's why I flipped it up. You can well, it gets kind of cut off by the window, but you can see the important part anyway. You know, if you want to check out my stuff, go to www.xdynamuschaos.com. I actually need to add the webtoon link up there because I have all the places that it's mirrored in the about section. And, you know, just read all the free stuff that I got for you to enjoy. By now, hopefully everybody's read everything that's on there because I haven't really been updating too much. But if you haven't, there are well over 100 pages of the main webcomic available. A couple shorts, some prose that are like chapter by chapter, and, you know, a bunch of character bios. You could just explore the world for hours on end.
Cool.
And also, my podcast is tomorrow, so, you know, come hang out with the Vomitorium for 3 hours. We have a fun time.
Awesome. Okay, thanks everybody. Well, thanks Metal for coming on the panel tonight. Thanks everybody in the chat for coming by. And remember, big things are coming starting next week. We will hopefully be starting to get everything for the Canadian Shield. We will hopefully be ordering it, the printing, and the printing of the sketch card, trading cards. So things will be looking up. Things are looking up. We will hopefully be showing stuff off next week or the week after for the campaign. So we'll catch you all later. Bye for now. God bless. Have a great and wonderful night.